Can I just take a moment to say how beast Madara is? Like, can I really just take a moment? Because Madara used Susanoo with no fucking eyes in this. Like, he had no eyes, and he was using Susanoo. He was getting kind of wrecked a little bit, like Madara and Pinball in this episode of Naruto, but he got up like it was nothing. Like, this dude, Madara, loses his arm. He loses his fucking arm. He gets up like it's nothing. Like, I don't give a shit my arm is gone. You see White Zet's come up beside him, and he just quickly just cuts his freaking arm off and snaps White Zet's arm on himself. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, whoa, you just, whoa. That was really something else. Madara gets his Rinnegan from the White Zets, and supposedly in one of the eyes that Obito hit in the past as part of, Nagato, he found. White Zets gave it to Madara, his actual original eye, and so Madara now has one eye instead of, being blind. So, we clearly see the power difference with this episode of Naruto. Like, clearly, the power difference is there. I mean, Madara was strong. Like, I mean, he was holding his own with no eyes, and I mean, look at how good he did. I mean, it's fighting all the fucking Tail Beasts. I mean, of course, he was like a human Pinball, but I mean, he was fighting, or surviving, or flailing his arms in the air, pretty much. I mean, he was surviving, okay? Let's just say that. Madara was surviving against a Tail Beast with no eye. And then he gets his eye, and all hell breaks loose. He summons, the Ghetto Mazo, and you see it pop in and starting to, like, chain up all the Tail Beasts. I'm like, dude. Like, it looks really cool. I just actually want to say that the artwork, that still frame artwork on the Ghetto Mazo, when you see it pop up, and you see, like, that awesome freaking contrast on the art, oof. That looked awesome. I'm saying that right now. That looked fucking badass. Like, the menacing aura coming off of that. The music, too, that's something I'll never, ever take for granted. The music of Naruto is just amazing. It really does. It gives it a real good life to it. It does. So, one thing, though. So, Madara is pretty much just dragging in the Tail Beast one by one. He's got to start from the first tails, the second tails, the third tail, stuff like that. He's got to go in order, and while he's doing that, he's pretty much trying to pull out Naruto and, B from the 8 tails and 9 tails. So while he's doing that, he's dragging in these other tails, and so we see like this overall situation with, the first tails in this episode being pulled in, and Gaara and the first tails kind of have a little bit of a R&R connection pretty much with this episode. So we find out a little bit about the first tail's past, like exactly how he was in the past, or his, the last person he had to stay inside for, God knows how long, probably like 70 years. Pretty much, this old man was a monk, and he was mistreated. Like, eventually, his villagers around him started calling him, like, the first tail's name, and he wasn't even called by his name anymore. And what was sad about it is when you see, like, the inner thoughts with, the Tail Beast talking with him, he states that he doesn't care. The first tails knows his name, and I'm like, dude, that's sad. It's really sad seeing that. Still the prejudice and how, how awful lives, the retainers had to have. So, seeing stuff like that, I'm like, it's fucked up. It really is really fucked up. But, that was a little bit of development. It was just to show you how much progression the first Tails has had since the very beginning, along with showing you how Gaara has changed, and to reflect that Gaara is changing him still. So that's really what that overall segment of this episode was. So I have to take a moment to say that was really good to actually show a reflection of how much Gaara really has changed since the very beginning, and shows you also how the first Tails has changed. So, moving past that, the episode tells us that Obito, technically, in this episode, is going to be okay at the moment. Because, like, we found out last week, the Ghetto Mazo being inside of Obito, since he has the 10 tails, it allows him to stay alive. And since, the Ghetto Mazo got extracted out of Obito with this episode, he should technically die. But the only reason why Obito is not dying now is because Black Zetsu is attached on to Obito like he's a freaking parasite. So, technically, Obito has already survived a couple instances of death. Like, I mean, the Tail Beast is different from other Tail Beasts. For instance, he won't die. Since technically the Ghetto Mazo is inside, he will be alive. And then now you have to wear pretty much Black Zetsu, since technically he is on Obito. Obito won't possibly die. So, pretty much, yeah, Obito's escaped death already twice. So, anyways, The episode overall, animation-wise, animation looked pretty good. Like, animation wasn't the best, but it looked really good for the most part, so I won't put the animation down. Music, as I said earlier, music is pretty top. If you love Naruto music and you love the music in this episode, I feel like the placement of the music really complements certain scenes, especially with the Geto Mazo summoning. Dude, fucking hot. And then the ending part of this episode, I got really upset when I saw that cliffhanger. I was like, it was getting good. It was really getting good. You were seeing, you know, the first tails being drug in and all that. And you see the chains break him and grab the first tails again, start to drag in. And I'm like, oh, but it just fucking ends. Like, overall, though, a very, very, very good episode of Naruto. I am looking forward to next week because it's going to get really interesting. Can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.